Good morning and hello the internet, and welcome to our next video. So this is a subject that is quite interesting and actually very common, experienced by many people around the world, and some even believe that it is experienced by everyone at some point in their lives. Guessing from the title of this video, it is of course Call of the Void, which is translated directly from the French saying l'appel du vide, which I probably just butchered horribly. So what is this psychological phenomena? Well, the call of the void is one, or a series, of intrusive thoughts where a person imagines themselves engaging in self-destructive actions, seemingly without purposefully doing it. The most commonly cited examples of this is the sudden thought or urge to drive into oncoming traffic, jumping off a cliff edge while standing on one, or even the sudden urge to jump in front of a train while waiting at the platform. These are not necessarily conscious thoughts, and sometimes it can feel as if the brain randomly shoehorns them into our minds, even when we have no desire to engage in such behaviours. In fact, the call of the void is also incredibly similar, if not identical, to other idioms that have been written about or discussed in literature before. For example, Edgar Allan Poe makes reference to this self-destructive thought process as the imp of the perverse, which compares a small demon, the imp, to drive a rational person in mischief for no other reason than mischief can be done. Even Freud chimed in on the theory, calling it the death drive. More recently, it has been given the scientific name high place phenomenon, with reference to jumping from a high place. Now, what is interesting about the high place phenomenon, or HPP, is related to the study that was carried out surrounding it. As you might imagine, the original conclusion surrounding the call of the void is that it is directly related to those suffering from behavioural problems, or those with suicidal inclination from depressive and anxiety symptoms. However, based on an initial study at Florida State University in 2012, involving 431 undergraduate college students, the disproportionately high number of volunteers who stated that they had experienced this without any prior ideation towards suicide meant that the phenomenon got its very own name, high place phenomenon. So let's go deeper. The study also showed that people who were currently suffering or previously suffered from depression or anxiety demonstrated more occurrences of the call of the void. However, the common theory as to why this is may not be linked to being depressed or anxious itself, but a misinterpretation of chemical signals. For example, if the call of the void is so surprisingly common, then it must serve some evolutionary purpose to be useful. Now, seeing as evolutionary life can be based into two simple categories, the need to reproduce and the need to survive, the sudden urge to jump off a cliff is not in any way useful to reproduction, but it is very useful for survival instincts. Well, the study and discourse suggest that it is a misinterpretation of our safety and survival signals. Our fear response reacts much faster than our everyday perception, such as the brain perceiving a sudden fall without perceiving the safety rail in place first. Using physical cues such as faster heartbeats, the study suggests that people with higher levels of anxiety sensitivity are more likely to experience the call of the void due to this fear signal response than those of a more relaxed disposition. This means that those with depression may interpret the call of the void as suicidal thoughts, if commonly experienced, but they may not be directly linked. More research is needed as this is a relatively new field that has a lot of potential to be explored. However, finishing on a positive note, the call of the void, or the l'appel du vide, or whatever else you want to refer to it as, is, as the study notes, an urge to jump affirms the urge to live. And using the study's own conclusions state, the HPP is commonly experienced among suicide ideators and non-ideators alike. Thus, individuals who report experiencing the phenomenon are not necessarily suicidal. Rather, the experience of HPP may reflect their sensitivity to internal cues and actually affirm their will to live. So there we go. This is a much shorter video than we normally do, and we apologise for the delay since our last video. We hope you found it interesting and useful as well. But please, if you have any suggestions for your own videos, let us know down in the comments. And of course, like and subscribe if you like and want to subscribe. Until next time, stay safe and peace out.